Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, your big dog, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during a 16-game season era. Yeah, man, clap it up. Friday night vibes, man. I got a special guest, man. Hey, and my dog, man, hey. Yeah, he ain't scared of nothing, man. When I say he ain't scared of nothing, man, we got the Falcons legend, Pro Bowler, come downhill. Don't care nothing about your mama.
Oh,
Will
God.
Moe in the building, man. My dog,
Yes,
Will Moe, man. Shout out to Will Moe, man. My dog. How we doing out there tonight, man? How we feeling, baby?
I'm all good, man. Appreciate you having me. You know I couldn't miss it, baby.
Yeah, man. If y'all don't know, man, me and Will Moe, man, we played for the Falcons together, man, and we was this close to making it to the Super Bowl, man. I'm talking about, man, we would have had Atlanta on fire if we would have got that
Still
Super
here to
Bowl,
this day,
man.
baby.
Because if we would have got there, we wouldn't have messed up and we wouldn't have lost that game. We would have found a way to win, even though we did lose 10 yards. We lost by 10 yards, man. We was 10 yards away from winning the doggone NFC championship.
Game of inches, man.
But yeah,
Game
man.
of inches.
So let's get into this thing, man. I like to get into people's lives and their journey and things like that. And, man, we like to chop it up, man, and see what we can learn, out there, all the viewers and the people who's tuning in, man. And there has been a lot of controversy going on, as we know, with the Mike variable and Diana, as her name, Diana Rossini situation, man. So, but we're going to get into that, man. But I want to know, Will Moe, every player's journey to the NFL, right, is a little different and unique in his own way, man. And I know yours, you went through a lot to make it, and I think you was a second-round pick coming out of Missouri. What was your toughest moment in your path to making it to the NFL or playing in the NFL?
Injuries, bro, like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I only got one speed when I play. That's full speed. And you know what I mean? Players like that, it comes with the game. You know what I'm saying? Injuries and staying healthy because, shit, like I said, we got one speed and we don't know how to take plays off and they come back to hunt us sometime with the injuries. So other than that, bro, I just same game I've been playing since a kid, man. That's the way I always view this league, view football, period. It's the same game I've been playing since a kid, and I go out there every week, just have fun and do it that way. Same way you play.
Same way, right?
That's
Injuries is one of the most underrated things that we have to go through in the NFL, man. It's like it's the inevitable. If you played in the game, and especially if you played the position, like I like to call them the craziest people on the field, the free safety, because they are a smaller linebacker and they have to do the same job as a linebacker, come downhill, hit offensive lineman, defensive lineman, offensive line, big running backs and things like that. But yeah, what was injuries like for you playing football and playing free safety, and how are those injuries affecting you now after football?
I mean, coming out of college, I always had a bigger body. Coming out of high school, I think I was around 220, and that's odd as hell coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And I played corner, and receiver coming out of high school, so I always had a bigger body. You know what I'm saying, with fluid hips, and I think that was my advantage. I ran a 4.3 coming out of pro day for Mizzou at 240 pounds, which back then kind of was heard of, but you know what I'm saying, around the mid 2000s, it was kind of unheard of for bigger guys to be running 4.3, sub 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, etc. But now these young boys is 280 running 4.2s. You know what I'm saying? So coming out of college, bro, I always had the size and the speed. So like I said, I played what's that position? Nickel. I played nickel in college. I played nickel coming out of college. So I always went against some of the best receivers coming out of the Big 12, Mizzou back then. Michael Crabtree. The list goes on, man. Had a bunch of good receivers coming out. So man coverage was always in my, DNA. But as I got bigger and became a strong safety, I guess, I got in the box more, so I had to put a little bit more meat and potatoes on. My whole game kind of changed.
So you was 220 pounds coming out of high school playing nickelback?
I played corner and nickelback. And
how did you survive no one switching your position to linebacker and continue to play free safety. How did you survive that?
I mean, nickel was sort of like a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the defensive scheme, nickel was sort of
No,
like a
for sure.
linebacker.
For
Yeah,
sure.
but it's more coverage also. So
nobody approached you about playing linebacker. You come
nah,
be the
never.
wheel linebacker, outside linebacker.
Nah,
Nobody approached you about
nah.
at 220 pounds coming out of high school. Are you
Mm-mm.
serious?
Nah, never.
That
I get
that's
credit to
crazy.
Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus was my defensive coordinator at University of Missouri, my recruiter. He recruited me out of high school. You know, he ended up being the head coach for the Chicago Bears a few years ago, defensive coordinator in the league for a long time. So, you know what I'm saying? He I guess what he saw, you know what I mean? He came to a basketball game in high school, you know what I mean? I thought I was finna go hoop in Mizzou, but he was just seeing, you know, how I move, I guess.
Right. All right, going back to the injury. So what do you say? What was the most serious injury you had to deal with, man? Playing the game or something that happened to you that a lot of people not aware of?
Man, that I guess it's called an AC joint. I'm get whatever it is, but we played the New Orleans Saints down in New Orleans, and I came down and filled the whole one play, bro, and my whole damn shoulder kind of like, you know what I'm saying, came out. And I remember that play like yesterday. I thought I had my arm running to the sideline, but it was just dangling. And that shit feared. I thought about that so many times. I never wanted that to happen again, bro.
Your arm was dangling. I got an AC
Yeah, I
sprain.
thought I had my arm. I thought I had my arm running to the sideline, but it was when I look back on film, it was just dangling, and I thought I had it. That's how all my nerves just shut down in my arm, bro. And it was scary, bro.
Yeah, man.
But of course, they popped it back and I kept going though.
Yeah. How many injuries? I know you had a ton of injuries, but that was pretty much your worst injury, you think, playing in the NFL?
I didn't really miss no time for that, but that was the worst in my head. You know what I mean? Them injuries in your head. I watched the game. I want to say the Denver game when you got hurt. I want to say it was your neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I think you missed the play or a series, and then Rob McClain came in, got an interception, and you came right back.
You got me, Rob. You got me on that one. Boy, that was supposed to be another interception for
right. But that's similar to how they go. You know what I'm saying? You hurt yourself and you go out of series, get back right, and you come back, but it always be in your head. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of slow your game down, and you kind of them one of them injuries you don't want to deal with too often.
Yeah. You came down here with bad intentions, most definitely, man. Like you did it with the best of them. I played with some awesome safeties with Rodney Harrison and Brian Dawkins in Philadelphia. And man, you come down here with the best of them. But tell me a player in today's game that remind me a little of yourself. Come down here like yourself with super bad intentions, and kind of reminds me of yourself.
I mean, think about it, son. The game been changed, so I really can't even call out too many young fellas, and it's not discredit to them. It's just the game been changed, so it's very rare you see a safety coming down with bad intentions, because you know what I mean. Yeah, that's rare. The last we some of the last breed, man, especially DBs. Period, corner, safety, whatever. You know what I'm saying. You don't see too many DBs coming down laying that wood because the game been changed. You know.
Game change. Yeah, how many fines? You think? How many suspensions and fines? What do you think you would have
went through? Too many, bro. Too many. I remember a referee came up to me before the game. I didn't know they had a targeting list. You understand? I didn't know they had a targeting list for certain players.
Right.
And dude came up to me and he was like, "More, be careful, be safe, whoop whoop." And he was like, "You on the list?" And I'm like, "A list?" And that's when I found out about the targeting list. You know.
Right.
A list you don't want to be on.
You don't want to be on that list. But yeah, man, if y'all didn't know, man, like I said when we started this live stream right here, man, we was 10 yards away from making it to the Super Bowl 2012 against the San Francisco 49ers. Played against your arch rival in Michael Crabtree when he played for the San Francisco 49ers, and they got to the Super Bowl and they lost. They lost the Super Bowl, right? Did they pull it off?
Yeah. They lost. They lost. Baltimore got it that year.
Baltimore won the Super Bowl that year.
With defense.
We was 10 yards away from beating the 49ers in NFC Championship.
Yeah.
What do you think went wrong, man? Tell me. Let's reminisce about that game. And what do you think went wrong and stopped us from making it to the Super Bowl?
The same thing happened in any other game, man. It's a team, bro. You win as a unit. You win as an entire team. Basically, I think as I rewatched the game several times since retirement, I see. I think offense had put up 24 points in the first half, and I think I told you a while back that I'm just now noticing that offense didn't put any points up second half, and there's no discredit to them. Our offense was outstanding. I mean, we had firepower all over the field on offense. But like I said, it goes into as a unit. If offense can't score, that means defense on the field a little more. So, and as I look back at that, it all played hand in hand. You know what I mean? Offense kept us off the field a lot first half, and you can't be on the field a lot with guys like Colin Kaepernick, Gore, Crabtree, Vernon Davis, and the more they on the field, they was eating us up. We was put in a couple bad positions where we couldn't risk mental errors, and we had a lot of mental errors on defense. You know what I'm saying? So each mental error we had was costly. You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
Yeah, man. That was a tough day, man. Tough one, man.
Yeah.
For me, man. What I remember, man. Defense, we did a pretty good job. Offense, like you say, couldn't really move the ball. That's how it goes. A team game, you know. One side of the the defense might be doing the job, and offense may be slacking. So we got to pick each other up. But the middle of the football field, was kind of wide open. The tight ends, we had a problem with what's his name? Vernon Davis. We had an issue trying to control Vernon Davis, man. But that was a really tough game for me. It be coming to Atlanta as a free agent. I had real high hopes, and man, I really felt like my presence, and all that stuff, man, could have helped us get to the Super Bowl. And I wanted to feel like that, whether it was true or not. You know what I mean? I really wanted that to come into fruition, man, and it didn't.
I mean, you did, man. You got to think about what you came in and did. I often say if we would have had Brent Grimes, it would have changed the dynamic of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We would have had 3 lockdown corners and hell of a backups from Rob McClain, Chris Owens, Dominique Franks. We had a bunch of great guys that step in and continue to play. But, when Brent Grimes went down, they kind of put you and Dante in like a position where every down corners, which you guys are. But, we couldn't risk the injuries nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that also changes the game on how you call the game, you know what I'm saying? How you guys show up in the run fit, you know what I mean? And how offensive scheme also. So, I mean, I think all of that, we didn't have all our weapons. And I think if we could do it again, I think we would have blew them boys out. And there's no disrespect to San Fran. They was a hell of a squad. They fought back. They did what most winners do. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fold. And, we just couldn't pull it out. Ran out of time, bro.
Yeah, man. Ran out of time and ran out of freaking room on the football field, man. Dang.
Yeah, I don't blame
still hurts
though.
Thinking about it, man.
Man.
Still hurts thinking
I've always been this close in every aspect. High school, I got to the championship in the Dome, in Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Got to the championship, lost. College got #1 in the nation, lost. Yeah. And NFL got 1 game and went to champ, Super Bowl, lost. So I always wanted to feel that winner vibe, man. You got that feeling, so yeah. I'm around winning, so it count.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Everybody's been talking about it, man. And let's get into this comparison and this debate right here. Every player, man, a lot of people talking about this debate. I think I kind of started this was it last season ago? They was, Antonio Brown, he gets a lot of hype because he has followers and things like that, 17 million followers. And Julio Jones, he barely has 1 million. So, that's how the world works now. Social media really runs people's thoughts and how they feel about certain players, rather just looking at the freaking stats and players and things like that. But both players had a hell of a career, man. Both players had a hell of a career. Julio Jones, man, he had a really good career. Like I said, don't get that much attention. Don't get the attention he deserves. But you got to watch Julio Jones work for some time, man. But I want to know, here we go. Antonio Brown, You know, he played 146 games, man. His stats are stellar, man. 12,000 and 12,000 plus yards for his career. Almost 1,000 yards receiving. 83 touchdowns. Against Julio Jones, you got 166 career games, over 13,000 yards receiving, with 914 yards receiving, 66 touchdowns. And like I said, man, you got to see Julio go to work, man, for 5+ seasons. How many seasons did y'all play together?
About it, 5 or somewhere up in there, 4, 5, somewhere up in there.
I got to play with Julio Jones for 2 seasons, right? What made Julio different than any other receiver or his competition?
I mean, I didn't get to see many receivers on a day-to-day basis, like practice, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. But when I tell you the man different, bro, since the day he walked on the field, best receiver I ever played against, played with, ever seen, hands down. You know what I'm saying? And there's, like I said, no disrespect to nobody. Times change. I'm sure Jerry Rice was that. You know what I'm saying? When I watched film on him, he was that. He was dominating his era. You can go into the Michael Jordan, LeBron, and all that shit. But I think, hands down, Julio Jones, the best receiver to ever get in the NFL league. And that's size, speed, hands, agility, you know what I'm saying, endurance, all of that. But you got to keep in mind when you talk about the touchdowns, the difference. I remember it was one season where Julio went getting in the end zone a lot, and all of that come to doubling them. You got to keep in mind the Falcons. We had Tony Gonzalez, Hall of Fame player. We had Roddy White on the other side, Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? We had Harry Douglas, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on, and you don't have to feed him the ball in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? But when you get Pittsburgh, that's not taking away none of the players they had. But when they had Antonio Brown, I literally think he was one of the main figures on that team on the offensive side. So you got to feed him the ball. You understand? So that's the difference. You ain't got to feed Julio the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. I think you got a point there. He was definitely the number one target on that offense, right, whereas Matt Ryan definitely had a lot of different options to throw to, and as well as Julio Jones isn't a real loud me type of guy. He won't pressure the quarterback or the coaching staff to give him the ball, whereas I can see Antonio Brown, giving Ben Roethlisberger a hard time, give me the ball, which the greats do. All of the greats do that. You know what I mean? That's just the way that Julio Jones decided to go about his business. Did you ever get to play against Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I played against him, I want to say, I feel like early in my career, I don't think he was a big factor then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had many games against him, but I'm just outside looking in.
Yeah. I haven't played against him much, really, man. I played with Julio for 2 seasons. Played against Antonio Brown in the preseason game, but yeah,
the game is totally different, bro.
Yeah, in my eyes, I'm with you, man. The Falcons, Atlanta isn't a real big, heavy media market, so Julio Jones didn't get the attention that a lot of other big time players or big time receivers got. So you don't really look at Julio as a one of the names that come up when you're talking about top receivers because of the attention and things like that. But if you know, you know. If you know. Ain't no doubt about it.
He was definitely worth them picks. Now I remember like yesterday when the Falcons jumped up and traded up all them picks to get him. And that's kind of unheard of to give that much up for him. Yeah. And the day he stepped in, I said, he for sure worth that. Yeah. I would have gave, you feel me, number 1 overall pick for him. You get it? He was that.
I guess we already know the answer to this, right? So if you was the coach, GM, and you had a top 10 pick in the draft and you needed a receiver to get you to the Super Bowl, who are you going with? Julio Jones or Antonio Brown? And why?
It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? The draft is the draft. You go off what round you was drafted in, I already know, but I just want you to stay the fan.
Got to remind you. 4th round.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there was several corners that was picked ahead of you that you outplayed, but Julio is one of those special generational talents that he came in and did as expectation from day one, bro. it ain't no doubt in my mind I'm going Julio Jones. And it'd be crazy if Antonio Brown wouldn't say the same. You understand what I'm saying? And there's no disrespect to homie. I don't even know him. But as a ball player, I'm sure he's not going to put nobody over himself. But from outside looking in, both of them was special, but I'll take Julio any day, bro.
Yeah, you take Julio any day.
Any day.
For sure.
That's over any receiver that
I'm
came
with
out.
you, man. And, you know, we can talk about the offense he played on and, you know, the type of passes and how many targets he was able to accumulate each game or each season. And, you know, it could get deep, man. But Julio, man.
I hate how his career ended, though. I really do hate how bro career ended, though.
Huh?
I hate how his career ended. Like, you know what I mean? Just to fade out. He was one of them talents that should have been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Threw the ball out the door. You understand? His last play should have been a touchdown, but just to fade away, it's the nature of the game. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially when you're one of us.
All right, now the Falcons, you got Michael Penix and we got Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa, if y'all don't know, I call him Tua Mr. 1, 2, 3. He take 3 steps and get the ball out of his hands. That's his way he has to be. That's what he has to do to be successful in my eyes. You understand? So now he's the Atlanta Falcons. He's the backup quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. The Miami Dolphins got tired of it. The new coach wasn't going to deal with it, right? Can Michael Penix Jr., man, can Michael Penix lead this team? Can he figure out a way to be successful for the Atlanta Falcons and get the job done? What do you think?
That's a hard pick, man. I don't know.
Injuries, man. Injuries. Like we say, injuries, man.
I haven't seen enough, man. I really haven't seen enough. And that's not even just him. It's from all around. You understand? So the Falcons has always been the Falcons. And any fan that's, you know what I'm saying, mad about that, I totally understand. We've been leading games and lost games that we shouldn't have lost. You understand? So I highly agree with the fans when they say Falcons is being Falcons. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just it's not to take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the nature of the game, bro. I don't know. Yeah. Did Jake Matthews, is he still there?
I'll just say this. You know, I want the brother to be successful. He's a Florida boy. You know, I'm rooting for him. You know, he's a lefty. He got everything going for him. But what just happened with who they hired as the head coach? I cannot see the success happening with Kevin Stefanski as the offensive coordinator, head coach for Michael Penix Jr. You know, too many quarterbacks have failed or struggled under Kevin Stefanski.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I don't know. They might saw something I ain't see, but I wouldn't have made that hire. And it's, like I said, it's no disrespect to coach, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
when you go out and get players, you look at their past, you know what I'm saying, accomplishments and things they've done well, things they haven't done well. You know what I'm saying? So when we stop doing that?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. They might see something I don't know. And if they relating Shador to Michael Penix, I don't think there's no comparison. Yeah. But like I said, they might see something I don't know. We don't know.
So if you was the head coach and you had to pick the starter, both of these two young men was in competition, Michael Penix Jr. and Shador Sanders, you think you would go? Who would you go with?
That's still a hard one. Ain't neither one of them showed me enough, bro. But I'll probably have to go with. I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. Neither one of them showed me nothing. They haven't.
Yeah.
Neither one of them played the full season, right?
Michael Penix and Shador, they both what? In the second season, or Michael Penix is going in his third season?
I think Mike going into his third, and
he's
Shador
going to his second. I mean, NFL.
And neither one have played a full season, am I correct?
Yeah.
I don't think neither one of them played a full season.
Shador haven't really been hurt, but, it's all type of scandals and foolishness is going on dealing with him, man. But he missed he missed preseason or maybe missed the game. But
no, he didn't start till later on in the season.
For sure. He didn't start for sure. Yeah, he didn't start to the last 6 games or last 4 games of the season. But Michael Penix, he's a first round pick, so he's going to be afforded every opportunity possible to get the job done. But like we talked about with injuries, man. Injuries is the number one thing you have to overcome. If you can't stay healthy, you can't get on the field and you can't be successful.
For sure.
So once he overcomes that, man, he'll be all right, man. He'll be all right.
I don't know what they was thinking with the Kirk Cousins thing, but like I said, bro, like y'all might have knew something that I didn't know, but I that was a waste of money. We could have donated that to Bankhead somewhere, but that Kirk Cousins deal, I never understand it. Mr. Blank's my guy, but I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand.
You know what the problem is, Wilmo? And I talked about this a long time ago. I talked about it last offseason. I said there was going to be a quarterback development problem. And that's what we're seeing right now. There aren't too many quality quarterbacks for teams to choose from. So they continue to recycle players, the same players over and over and over, because once you go past the players that's currently in the NFL or that's being recycled and you go looking in college and things like that, it gets even worse. The development, the fundamentals for quarterbacks is just gone. It's not sleep, you know. And
well, answer me this: what happened to Cam Newton? Like, why he wasn't in the rotation? You understand? Like, he got more success than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, man. You
really,
know,
I'm sure he bring a whole baggage with him in the locker room. I don't know. I haven't played with him, so I'm only trying to get him the benefit of the doubt that you know that might be the reason.
You have a point.
But I know me personally to sign Cam Newton before I sign Kirk Cousins any day.
Yeah. I think you have a point there. You know, I guess the teams and GMs have their reasons. You know, and when you're a character, just be honest. You know, when you're loud, when you're when you have strong opinions, when you're not worried about what other people think of you, people are scared of that. They're intimidated of alpha male or people that don't really hold their tongue back, and that's who Cam Newton is. He's a big personality, and I think teams are more scared of that than making him the quarterback on the team.
I mean, answer me this though, son. And if you was a GM, a head coach, owner of a team, if you had the opportunity to bring in Cam Newton and Kirk Cousins, who would you bring in? And I'm not talking about those guys in specific. I'm talking about the character type person. You know what I'm saying? Who would you? Matter of fact, would you bring in you, or would you bring in? You feel me? A quiet corner.
You saying Cam and Kirk Cousins, man? I mean, it's hard to say because Cam been removed from the game for what, 3, 4, 5+ years.
We talk about in that era, in that time, you know what I'm saying, where they could have signed Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going with Cam.
An Atlanta boy at that. You understand?
There's a lot of reasons to go with Cam Newton. Kirk Cousins, man, he's been able to
trash can, man.
He's been able to swindle a lot of teams and fool people, man. But he's been getting that bag. I think Kirk Cousins made over $400 million during his career, man.
He's made more than Tom
in the
Brady.
right place, in the right time, in the right situations, man. That's what it takes sometimes, man.
No, that's cap, man. That's cap. He owns something. Whoever his agent is needs to come. You know what I'm saying? Get all these other cats, man, because he's doing an outstanding job. That man got paid more than Tom Brady right there with Aaron Rodgers and the rest of them guys.
That's crazy. Illegal.
One playoff win is crazy. One playoff win.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, man. So there's a lot of cheating going on. There's been a lot of cheating going on with these people in the NFL, not just coaches, not just athletes. It's a lot of cheating going on. Right now, and right now, taking the headlines is Coach Vrabel, Mike Vrabel, man. I want to know, man, how do you feel about Mike Vrabel and the Diana Rossini scandal? That's been pretty much taking over the algorithm. Would this affect you as a player if he were your head coach?
Not at all, man. We all get paid to do a job, and his personal life is his personal life. So, I mean, it does speak of his character. You understand what I'm saying? If that's the true allegations, but I don't be in nobody's business, so I really don't know the case. But if it is true, it does speak on his character, and that's really what what I'm saying. If that's what we signing coaches for, is their character. You understand? So you can't lead a group of men, to be men and do the right thing if you're not doing the right thing. So I truly understand that from that aspect. But if you want to win, man, he didn't prove this point. He's a winner, bro. On and off the field, I guess.
Yeah. So if he was your head coach and you were a player on his team, How would this affect you? Would this affect you? Do you think it will affect the team? Or would you look at him differently now that you know all of these things that possibly is true? Let's just assume it's true. Would it affect your relationship with Mike Vrabel?
Me personally, it depends on how he came in. If he was speaking all this character and, you know what I'm saying, how to be a man type things, and then he went off and did this type of thing, then I'll look at him different. But if he came in on that type of note, you know, like, how do I put it? If he was single, I guess, you know what I'm saying, it all goes into account. But if he, you know, not being a man of his word, shit, I wouldn't want to follow nobody like that. And I've been in that position, you know, understand what I'm saying, in college. So
yeah.
I truly get it.
All right, we're talking about cheating now, right? We're talking about cheating. Yeah, it's all type of men. Every man that got a cheat under their belt, except for the 1%ers. You always got the 1%ers, right? And I don't know if you be on Twitter, right? So I got a tweet going viral, and I'm gonna let you see it right here. Let you see it. I'm gonna read it to you.
All right,
let y'all see it. I'm a Twitter fan. They know what it is. I said, all right, now don't kill me.
I thought it was X now, bro.
X is X. You know, we can't.
I don't know. I'm not on that.
So right. I say, I'm talking about, you know, I'm chiming in about the Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini scandal and things like that. So I say, when I had a wife and a side chick, the side piece got in her feelings, called the wife, told her everything. I said, I got the call at work. She said, we need to talk. That was a scary moment. You know, we need to talk. They don't even tell you what happened. They say, we need to talk. And you going around asking everybody on the team, like, what's going on? And then when I got home, denied to the end, baby, she lying. What you talking about? Whatever she said is a lie. This girl is a stalker. She's crazy. So now that leads me to this. In the past, when you was doing your thing, you was outside being freaky Willie.
For sure.
What is your first move when your girl catches you cheating?
You gotta ride it out, bro. You gotta ride it out to the sunset. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm from the show me state, so you gotta show me.
Say, baby. She say, you know, she ain't calling you baby at that point. She's like, what are these pictures? I see you. I know this is you. Or I just got a call from such and such, and she said she told me everything. I know y'all been messing around for 2-3 years. I know the trips y'all took. I know everything. What's your first reaction? How do you handle that?
I mean, if you got me, you got me. You understand? So, but I always said that if you got facts, you wouldn't be asking for my opinion about it. But if you got me, you got me. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them type of dudes. Like, what we doing? You understand? So we can sit and we can move forward, or we can go backwards. And as a man now, I'm speaking as a grown man now. You know what I mean? That speaks about your character. You feel me? If you're going, especially if you lead in your household and you out here playing in the streets, that's something you're gonna get what come for it. So you get what you sign up for. You understand? Yeah, he should have known better though. Especially coming off the Super Bowl.
They don't want to hear about the grown-up Will Mo. They want to hear
they don't want that, man. They don't want that. They do not want that, man. That's the old me, man. We all been down that road, baby.
Yeah. All right, we talk about quarterbacks, man, and quarterback is the staple position in the NFL. In your opinion, who's the most talented quarterback to ever play in the game, play in the NFL, or that you played against? Who you think?
Damn, to ever play? Shit, I'm gonna have to go with man, it sounds crazy, but shit, Russell Wilson up there. You know what I'm saying? It sound crazy, but think about what the man had done, dog. Like, since he stepped in the league, you know what I'm saying? He took Russell Seattle
Wilson, one of the most talented. You say Russell Wilson, one of the most talented?
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, hey, you got your opinion. I'm just going out what I've seen.
Yeah, dog, for sure.
The man was the man to break your defense down so fast, and he had an arm, he had wheels, everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's the quarterback probably that gave your team or your defense the most trouble when you.
Him and Aaron Rodgers, hands down. Aaron Rodgers.
So would you say Russell Wilson is more talented than Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, for sure. Anybody should agree with that. When you speak of talent,
Russell Wilson.
Talent, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for sure.
Now, what do you talk about? Chat? Well, y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all think Russell Wilson is more talented than Aaron Rodgers? Man, y'all talk back
We
to us in the
speaking
chat.
talent, bro. We ain't talking
Talent.
about. We
We're
ain't
not
talking about
stats and all that stuff. We're talking about pure talent. How far you
pure
can throw the
talent.
ball, how nice you can throw the ball, can you run, your agility, all those things. Can you play basketball? All that good stuff.
I mean, proof. You know what I'm saying? The proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, if we're gonna go off stats, but again, you gotta think about Aaron Rodgers. How many Super Bowls he got?
1.
But you ask anybody else, you think he got about 10 of them the way we, you know what I'm saying, the way we hype him up.
You get a lot of hype, man, because like I say, the following in these controversies, kind of like the Antonio Brown situation, how we talked about with Julio Jones. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, all these players deserve their credit. We just comparing,
no doubt,
the both of these players. Now, who you think is the most overrated quarterback in your opinion? The most overrated quarterback ever played the game, or that you may have faced? Any of that? Let me know.
We just talked about it. Kirk Cousins, hands down. Kirk Cousins, ain't no doubt about it. I've played against him. I've scouted, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week against him. Watched him on film, and we got to call it what it is. I don't play no more, so like I said, it is what it is. Buddy trash can, and I'm calling it what it is. I respect people game, bro, and I haven't seen anything. I had never seen anything. Even when we played him in Washington, Buddy was cuz trash can, bro. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
His timing is impeccable. Let me just say that. His timing is impeccable.
What you mean? Timing as a what?
For him to continue to land jobs and get paid like that, you know? It all started in Washington. When he played for Washington, I think he was the backup quarterback. I don't know if he was behind RG3. Yeah, and then he came in and started and took him to the playoffs. And, man, that was the start of his career. And everyone had
hope to be studied, bro.
Everyone had hope that Kirk Cousins could get it done for their team. Then he went to Minnesota, and he revived the career again, so –
that need to be studied the way he did that, bro, because that's unheard of, bro.
Yeah.
Buddy trash.
My most overrated quarterback, in my opinion, the most overrated quarterback, in my opinion, is Matthew Stafford, man. Matthew Stafford, in my eyes, he's a very average quarterback, and he's just too inconsistent when passing the football. And when it comes down to it, yeah, inconsistent. He's very inconsistent. He's not an accurate passing quarterback. He will mess your drive up, mess drives up. Now, when I'm talking about quarterbacks that are the great quarterback, you got to understand the era I came in. You want to talk about the era Matthew Stafford was in my era.
That shit hype too, John. That's all hype too. You get to talking about Peyton Manning and all that, bro. That's no.
They won Super Bowls though. They won Super Bowls.
He ain't won shit, bro. He won the defense.
He got
man got 2 Super Bowls, and look at the defense that he had. Look at the 2 defense that he had.
What, in Indianapolis or in Denver?
Indianapolis, Bob Sanders, defensive player of the year.
The defense wasn't all that in Indianapolis. Now, in Denver, he had a really good defense.
You said Indianapolis defense wasn't all that the year they won the Super Bowl, bro?
We have to look it up.
You out the chain, bro.
We have to look it up. We have to look it up. Tell Jaleel back there.
You off the chain, man. Jaleel, look that shit. Look this up, because this dude went crazy, man. He's talking about some Indianapolis defense
when they won the Super Bowl that year, man, with Peyton Manning. I think it was what year was that? 2007. 2007.
I'm about to say probably like 7, I think.
Yeah.
New Orleans won.
Peyton Manning is rough stop. I play in my era is Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford played there, Carson Palmer.
Bro, you literally just called Matthew Stafford the most overrated quarterback, bro. You hear what you just said?
Yeah.
You ain't talking about Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins,
Joe Flacco ain't up there. He don't get a lot of hype, so I can't say he's overrated. Definitely Matthew Stafford is better than Joe Flacco now. I ain't going to say that.
So I just think he's overrated. Matthew Stafford is the real deal. And I'm not saying that because we came out the draft together. That's my dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Matt.
He's always been overrated for me. Now, if you go look at the completion percentage.
Where have you played him?
I played against him a few times when he played for the Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah. But when you look at the completion percentage, I picked him off, him and Calvin Johnson. But he's always inconsistent, a little inaccurate. When you're a quarterback, in my eyes, from what I'm used to seeing and things like that, you have to keep the ball going forward. You have to.
I can say that about Peyton Manning, bro. Peyton Manning ain't showed me nothing.
Go look at the completion percentage. He make the
Go
ball.
look at. I mean, when we played him against Denver, that was my only time playing him. The year they won the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear no excuses, son. I don't want to hear no excuses now.
Played him now. He played a lot of other games as well.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm somebody who you got. I ain't got nothing to do with what you did previously after that. You got to show me when I play you. Okay, that's what I want to see.
I see how you.
He was trash can too. That's my shout out Peyton, but he was trash can too.
Okay.
I don't want to hear all that. He was old and all that shit. Dude's trash can too.
Okay. I give you that. So we're going against the people we played against. When I used to play against Manning, it was serious that day. It was serious that week. The scout team, I didn't let them play around. You got to run your routes crisp, fast, and ain't no fucking joking. Yeah, this motherfucker finna come out here slanging.
Is he smart? He might be. Is he smart? I'm not taking none of that from him, but athletic quarterback that can change a game. Peyton definitely not in my top 5, and there's no disrespect to Peyton. Everybody got their own input and opinion. There you go.
He definitely not athletic.
To place him all the way up here is crazy. I don't buy that hype either, bro. Tom Brady, the real deal, and I give props due when they do. He the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So Peyton, I can't get with. And it's crazy you said Matthew Stafford. I feel like he the real deal too.
Yeah. A lot of people got Matthew Stafford back, man, and try to bring up different analysis and
bro, the man proving himself, huh?
What he proved?
Proving himself.
What he proved?
He just won the damn Super Bowl. He just took them to the.
The man just took them. Did he have a really good defense?
Last year, he just took them one game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, all right. That's for
what we doing. What we doing?
Okay, he got it.
I mean, but I feel you though. I feel what you're saying.
I let Matthew Stafford have it. We're gonna see during the season, even though he's old. I let him live. I
think this is it though. I really think this might be it.
But with the era I came out of, the quarterbacks that I played against, he ain't better than the great quarterbacks of my era. That I don't even think that's that's debatable with you because you know you don't like Peyton Manning, but you might be.
I mean, it's not that I don't like him. I'm just going off with the bro. He had a defense. You know what I'm saying? And all that go together. All that goes together. Can you get the ball back to the quarterback? And I say that all the time. Think about the Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, when they went to the Super Bowl 2016, when they lost against the Patriots. What happened? Matt Ryan was the offensive player of the year. Am I correct?
Yeah.
If we would have had that Matt Ryan, you know what I'm saying? It's over with.
I get what you're saying.
The
Cowboys been quiet lately, man. I know Jerry Jones is pretty in his feelings to see the Patriots get all this publicity, even though it's bad publicity. The freaking Cowboys don't have a chance to get no publicity right now. And I know Jerry Jones is itching. He ready to stir something up. But anyways, the Cowboys drafted a safety in Caleb Downs with the 11th overall pick. Now, Wilmore, you're a safety. You understand the position, how the safety position can affect offense and things like that, right? Do you think it's worth it for a team to draft a safety with the 11th overall pick?
Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you? I've come from, the Falcons where me and Deku was there. We you know what I'm saying, we led the NFL in interceptions somewhere around there, but that's the year we both went to the Pro Bowl, and we're not taking credit, but we also know how important the safety is to the defense. You as a corner know, shit, we got to line the entire defense up with the quarterback of the defense.
So you're saying a safety is worth the 11th overall pick, and if you're saying a safety is worth the 11th overall pick, name 3 safeties that you think should be are worth the 11th overall pick.
Now or past, present,
or the future. Huh?
Be honest, me, And I'm only saying that in the aspect of how I was used.
We keeping you out of this. You keep you
No,
out of
I'm gonna say I gotta throw me in there. Of course, Ed Reed, his smarts. You know what I'm saying? How he played the game. He's a game changer, bro. I mean, come on, man.
Ed Reed, that's one.
Shit, Troy Polamalu and I think I want to go back to Brian Dawkins, of course, and Bob Sanders. That's four, but them some of the guys I would have took top 10. But you got to think about the guys who went top 10 and how they panned out. It wasn't too good. You got LaRon Landry, Michael Huff. You know, who else was that went super high? You had a couple. Eric Berry.
Yeah, Eric Berry.
You got a bunch of guys that went high. Yeah. I mean, they was decent, but we talking Hall of Fame players versus top 10 picks.
I can't see a top 10 or 11th overall pick worth taking a safety. Unless, like we say, unless it's an Ed Reed, unless that player is so.
But how do you know what you got until they? You see what I'm saying? Most safeties that come out of college ain't like that.
I'm watching the film. I'm watching the footage and I'm watching the film. He has to be very productive. He has to be aggressive to the football. He has to create a lot of turnovers in order for me to think this pick is worth it, because I can potentially get a safety later on in the draft. Now, unless you won't get that safety. Huh?
You won't get that safety. I'm talking about, think about the guys I use, like LaRon Landry. When he came out of college at LSU, they fresh off a national championship. Think about it. The guy was a monster. The dude was, you know what I'm saying? But he was ripped up.
That didn't transpire into the NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you know what you're getting until they get to the NFL? Like, basically what I'm saying is,
when you scouted Ed Reed in college at the University of Miami, you saw him.
But you got to think about who Ed played with. Ed had, you feel what I'm saying? Ed had superstars around him, bro.
NFL. He still did it in NFL. So,
I mean, but you got to think about where he was at, and shit, they drafted him to Baltimore when he had the same thing.
Troy Polamalu, in my opinion, is another one that's kind of overrated, right? He get a lot of publicity. He has made some single plays that was pretty awesome, but he hasn't had a body of work during a season or a career that made him so outstanding. Like, if you look at his stats and look, like his best season was, he only had one season with 5 or 6 interceptions and a few turnovers. He flies around and things like that, but man, I've seen some productive safeties, man. I've seen very productive safeties, man. Like Rodney Harrison, they don't understand. He was the first player to go 30 for 30 interceptions, 30
and 30 sacks. 30 M's. Right.
You know what I mean? The only other player to do that is Ray Lewis. You understand?
You forgot about Adrian Wilson did the same thing. You don't even know.
No, Rodney was the first person.
Right, but that's why I said it's about the element of the game that changes. Adrian Wilson came right after that, or during that time, he did the same exact thing. It depends on how you use it.
I don't think he did it. There's no other players that did it.
I mean, he was right there. I think he was a bunch of sacks and interceptions also.
Brian Dawkins is right there. He had like 30 interceptions and like 27 sacks or something like that.
That's how Adrian Wilson was. I think he had like 24, 25, but that's why I'm using him. You got, you know what I'm saying, the big names, and then you got Adrian Wilson, who's down in Arizona, who ain't getting the same pub, but he still got the same stats, and he was a baller. Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is, how you said Troy Polamalu, I've watched film on him several times. And I remember, like yesterday, our safety DB coach, Tim Lewis, I think he was playing Pittsburgh, whatever the case. I was watching Troy Polamalu, and I remember him, like yesterday, he said, don't watch 43. He doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Right, he said, don't watch 43. He do his own thing. I watched that man come from middle of the field coverage, cover 3, and jump a slant, bro.
No, that's one play. We can't look at one play and give someone the credit of being the greatest ever and things like that. You have to always look at the body of work.
He got the body of work, bro. We ain't gonna do that to Troy. I mean, he got the body of work, bro. I'm gonna go get my jersey in a minute. I just got me Troy Polamalu jersey, bro. So what I'm saying is, buddy, you got to think about who he played with, what defense is he around, and I'm not taking nothing away from John Abraham, Croy Beardman.
So tell me this: can Caleb Downs be a Troy Polamalu or Ed Reed or something in that nature to be worthy of 11th overall pick?
In Dallas, no, because he ain't got the pieces that go together. You got to have front seven, bro, to be a great safety. I don't care who you is. If you look at all the safeties that played and that was great, they had a off the chain front seven from Brian Dawkins, bro, to the players he had in front of him. I can't. Who y'all have in Philly? A linebacker. I want to say. What's that linebacker that was flying around, hitting everything, tackling machine, bro?
Yeah, he used to come down here like Jeremiah Trotter.
Jeremiah
Trotter was one of them. They had Hugh Douglas.
Y'all had a bunch, bro.
You know, they had a few. You know, Brian Dawkins played for the Eagles for a while, so that's
my point.
Several.
Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins, whoever you name, think about the front seven they had, and that goes into account of how good of a safety you can. You ain't got no front seven, no pressure on the quarterback. I don't give a damn who you is at safety. You ain't hitting on nothing because, you know what I'm saying, any quarterback can pick you apart.
You're 100% right. You definitely have to take that into account. You for linebackers as well, man. The game starts with the front four on both sides of the football. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. And Pittsburgh always had an awesome front four, front seven. And
so that goes to Caleb Downs. What I was saying, I don't think Dallas has the front seven to make him into a household Hall of Fame player. And there's no disrespect to Caleb Downs.
No disrespect. I just don't see enough from him. Now, honestly, when he was at Alabama as a young athlete, he looked very athletic, fluent. He looked more he looked like more of a ball hawk when he was in Alabama, right? He looked like that player. He looked like he probably could play a little bit of corner, a little bit of nickel. Then he went to Ohio State. Then he looked like he became more of an aggressive hitter, downhill player, a player that got a little more, little stiff than he was compared to when he was at Alabama. The weight program and things like that changed his body, man. And I don't think he I don't know, man. We'll see. But it's going to be hard for him to be successful.
But he's another one of them guys that have been highly rated since he came out of high school.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That follows you, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that definitely follows you. That's Eric Berry was the same way, you know, coming out of high school, highly #1 safety coming out of high school, and it followed him.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for the young cat. I trained him when he was young. Caleb Downs, you know, he's a Georgia boy up there in Grayson. He was around the corner from me. Like I said, he's a hell of an athlete, bro.
Shout out to Caleb Downs, man. We're rooting for you,
sure.
Man. We just telling you everything is stacked up against you, man. And that's just how it is when you play for Dallas, man. You got drafted. Congratulations, man. And
I can see you down in Dallas,
change Dallas, man. He could change everything going on, but ain't nothing going on in Dallas, man. Ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing hitting them. Yeah, I think it's over with for them. I think it's over with. What you think of Dak Prescott? You think he can do it?
Until Jerry Jones let go of the vice grips he have over that team and his baby that he built up and won a Super Bowl back in the 80s and early 90s, until he let go and let somebody else run that organization, it's going to be the same results over and over and over and over and over and over. So
I don't see it happening, bro. I don't see it happening.
Right.
He got his way and he going to ride it out.
That's what it is. But that's Friday night vibes for y'all out there, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the live night with Will Mo, man, coming in, man, and stepping in to say what needs to be said, you know, giving us a little spiel, you know, St. Louis own, Missouri, product of Missouri, man. And yeah, man. And so Friday night vibes, I'm finna pull up on my boy Will Mo. We finna hit the town, you know, get some grub and things like that. And I'm gonna see y'all next time, man. It's Friday night vibes. I'm your boy Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel. That's your boy over there. What's your name? Talk to him.
Wi-Fi Will Mo, baby. Yes,
Wi-Fi Will Mo. We got Wi-Fi Will Mo, Pick Six, Asante Samuel. We're gonna see y'all next time. We are